Hello and welcome once again to Harrow Park Model Railway, looking at the development of Triang locomotives through the years. We're now at part 11 and we're going to be looking at the Deeley 3F goods loco. But before I go into the model, I would just like to say that I've been doing a lot of theatre work in the last 6 or 7 weeks, and last week I was doing film work as well. And when I volunteered to do the theatre work, I did not realise how much of my free time it was going to take away. Therefore, my website has suffered because the last few weeks there's been very little input. I'm hoping now I've got the theatre work behind me to correct that, and I'll be going at full speed ahead to get some more articles on the website and do some more videos in this series. I do apologize for the little amount of content in the last few weeks. Okay then, now let's look at the DD3F goods loco. The prototype, the original, came out in 1903 and made by Deeley as a 3F locomotive. 480 locomotives were made for the LMS, and a further 10 were made for the Somerset and Dorset Joint Railway. And here we look at the Triang model, which came out in March 1958. So the very first ones would have been with Mark II couplings in the first 9 months of production. The ones that I have got the Mark III couplings, and it came out with the Mark III couplings in 1959 it came out as Mark III couplings, and smoke unit was added in 1964. The where's my pen? Use my pen. The safety valves here is the 1963 type. So from this information we can date this one fairly accurately. It's got the 1963 safety valves, but it's also fitted with a smoke unit, which makes it 1964. If I just disconnect the as a side, the tenders at that time were sold separately. The tender is the Triang number R33, and the locomotive is the R251. The tenders were sold separately. I've often been asked, why do they sell the tenders separately? It's because if anything had an electric motor in it, it had to pay a higher tax, as including toys. And they could save money on paying the tax if the tender, which does not have a motor in it, was sold separately. And it was merely to save money on the tax that producers had to pay when an electric motor was involved. That's the only reason why the tenders were sold separately in the whole of the 1950s and the early 60s. So we'll look at the tender first, since I've got that in my hand. This is the R33, and quite a impressive coal load there, all really nice with the late BR emblem logo, and then it's got the Mark III couplings there with a later buffer stops. Look at the front, there we are, and underneath. There's the wheels all move. Not a bad runner, quite good. There we look at the locomotive now. The steps have been, one of the steps there's been broken off at the front, but no problem, because it's a lovely locomotive. Deeley design, 1903. So pre-grouping, really. There's the front detail. And we look at the other side. The numbers are on there quite well. It's got a gold plate above the splasher in the middle. Again, the front step has been broken off. Obviously play worn. Not much room here to put a crew, although from 1963 a crew was supplied. I suppose you could fit the crew in left and right of the motor magnet there that's protruding. Nice, I got my screwdriver now. Nice metal, nice metal railings here. Adds a nice little touch to the model. Not a bad runner. Look at the bottom here. The two yellow dots here. One yellow dot means that the locomotive has been serviced and is running well, and two yellow dots mean that it's got a smoke unit fitted. That's just my own coding. When I service the locomotives, I paint a little dot on there, which if I sold the locomotive and wanted to take that dot off, it could easily be removed with a bit of thinners. Yeah, so because of the smoke unit, this one's dated 1964, although the model first came out in 1958. That's the British Rail version. And now we go to the later version, which came out in 1965. And that's the lovely, I've left it on the track because I wanted to, it's a really powerful runner, this one. Oh, I don't need to coax it or anything. It's quite a, right. It's only on the test track, so it doesn't do it justice. But anyway, I'll bring it forward to the camera. Lovely tender. I think this the maroon version appeals to me a lot more. It's in the colours of the livery of the Midlands Railway, so the pre-grouping railways, and with the crest on the cab for Midland Railway, and then the number on the tender. I do feel that this it's been play worn, and there's some bits of silver paint missing here, and there's marks on it. The steps are missing. The chimney was broken off, and I managed to repair it and stuck a matchstick in the hole, and then put the chimney on the matchstick and then glued it into place. So, and it's also missing the railings here on the cab. But it was a model that had been thrown away, and I found it in a spares box and took it out the spares box and got it back to life, and now it's a brilliant runner. I will replace it by a good condition one eventually, but for the meantime, I'm happy with this one. In fact, I do love the very deep maroon in the plastic. It really makes it look really good. And of course, I do have an affection for pre-grouping locomotives. That is, those in liveries before 1923. It fits in. It could fit in well with a scene with my Lord of the Isles or the Caledonian single, along those sort of lines. It fits in with that group. A lovely Deeley design there. We'll look at the bottom. Yeah, this one does not have a smoke unit in it, although it would have probably been issued with one, because it's got the double S here on the frame, on the chassis, which is the symbol for smoke unit fitted. But this one doesn't have a smoke unit. Like I say, it was in a scrap box, and I managed to salvage it and got it running again. It's got a bit of rust on the connecting rod here. Let's have a look at the other side. Yes, here it's missing part of the transfer, but as a goods locomotive on my layout, from about say 3 foot distance, you can't see the imperfections on the model, and it's a perfect runner. It's absolute reliability. So I'm sorry, I've only got the 2 locomotives to show you this week. I've only got 2 versions of it. I do have a third version, an unofficial one. I've got the black version where someone has fitted it with 3 rail, so I can run it on Hornby 00 track. But I've been looking for it the last quarter of an hour and I haven't been able to find it. I've put it in a box somewhere. I will find it and I'll show you the Hornby 3 rail version of it, which someone had converted. Right, so that's it for part 11. Part 12 next week is going to be the steeple cab electric locomotive. So thank you for taking a look, and catch you again next week. Bye bye.